BTL episode 105. What is going on, ladies and gents? Jovan, how we doing? How's it going?
Living, living as always.
What a day yesterday. What a day. That's all I'm going to say. Let's run that shit back. Let's run that shit back.
Let's do it.
Come on. Come on, chats. Come on, chats. Wow, I'm already seeing Lakers ML in the fucking chat. Jesus Christ. You guys love betting on the Lakers, don't you? Just begging to take them. Absolutely begging. Let's have a fucking day.
Funny comment.
Yeah. See, now I'm in a little bit of a pickle here, Brad.
Yeah.
I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. Do we call an audible and flip the squad ride today and fade it? I don't know. I mean, I feel like we have to just keep trusting you guys, though, because you keep picking winners.
Of course.
You keep picking winners. You love to see stuff like this. You really do. You really do.
Everybody eats.
You really do. I mean, everyone gets it now. You guys are getting it. Three-headed monster is what I would say. Wow. Did the Heat play tonight?
No.
Jovan, your Heat play tonight?
No.
I had no idea. I had no idea that game was going on. Hell yes, ladies and gents. We're out here. It's fucking Wednesday. Not much on today except for a couple NHL games and some NBA. But we've got plenty of shit to talk about, all right? Shout out the Kraken last night. Unbelievable win. Never in doubt. Chat, good fucking pick with the Kraken last night. I know we may have swayed you a little bit on who to pick, and it was a buzzer beater. But you guys knew. You guys knew what you were doing the whole time. 5-0. No one else is doing that. No one else is doing that. Let's keep it rolling. Why not us? Also, just finished up on House of Dragons last night. I don't know if anybody watches that show in here. I know Jovan doesn't because he's just looking at Prize Pick squares all day, but great fucking show. Great first season. I recommend you watch it, even if you haven't seen Game of Thrones.
I've seen Game of Thrones. I've watched Game of Thrones. I just haven't gotten to House of Dragon yet.
Okay. Well, I just powered through the last step last night, and it was fucking sick. So check it out. All right. Let's hit some more bets before we hop into Netflix and TV shows. Let's cut the shit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Gotta stay focused.
We need winners. Can't believe you just brought that up. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Adam Wainwright is back, which I don't know how that makes sense. I thought the whole point last year was that they were all leaving. But this shit happens all the time. I mean, we heard Serena Williams didn't retire either. It's all just a bunch of bullshit. People either don't know how to actually leave or get out on top. Or they see the money staring them in the face and their agent gives them a call and they end up changing their minds. So Wainwright's coming back, and his arm fell off his body about 3/4 of the way through the season last year. So I don't know how he's going to do this coming year, but maybe they'll load manage some Kawhi Leonard type shit there, and he'll probably still be pretty fucking good, at least in the first half of the season. So I'm not upset he's coming back. I love Adam Wainwright. I think he's fucking awesome. I just thought that these guys were retiring, and that's why we were like celebrating how awesome and old they were last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a little confusing, but
right. I mean, do you agree with me?
Yeah. I mean, I guess like I originally thought it was for all three of them. Apparently, it was just for Yachty and Pujols, but like them, I mean, I feel like they should have all left at the same time.
I know. Well, he's got unfinished business, I guess, man. And like I was just saying, like these guys don't know when to quit. They're such competitors too. Like Wainwright doesn't want to fucking quit. What the hell is he going to do all day? What's he going to do all day? Probably be a coach, honestly. Probably be a pitching coach somewhere. Wainwright needs to be a singer? What the? Does he have a good voice or some shit? No idea. Well, you know who else is trying to be back, though? We're talking about how Wainwright is back. You know who else is trying to be back?
Who?
For this weekend? Russell Wilson. He's trying to play this weekend. Have you seen the tweets?
I haven't seen the tweets.
You have not seen the tweets. How about this one?
Whoa. I haven't.
Russell Wilson was working out and stretching for 4 of the 8 hours on the flight to Denver to London. This guy's a fucking freak. Apparently, he was doing high knees in the aisle while everyone else was sleeping. What? I thought this was a bend over type tweet. I thought this was Barry McCockiner type, right? No, this guy literally writes for the fucking Denver Broncos.
That's insane.
This is real. This is a real tweet. Look, NFL's and networks hitting him up. Unbelievable, dude. This is the most Russell Wilson type shit I've ever seen. If I was his fucking teammate, I would hate his guts.
Yeah.
I would hate his guts. He's playing like shit. You can't even call or text him because you got to hit up his manager just to fucking talk to him. The guy thinks his shit doesn't stink, and he's playing like Taylor Heineke right now. And he's doing high knees for 4 hours on the plane ride overseas when everyone's trying to fucking sleep. Imagine like trying to take a nap on a shitty long-ass flight, and then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of fucking footsteps running next to you. You look over, and Russell Wilson's doing high knees. What? It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. So that's weird as shit, but kind of funny. And they're flying all the way over there. They're probably still going to fucking lose. I don't know. That team really hurts my brain. Not going to lie to you. Not going to lie to you. Chase Young updates. Apparently not ready to start practicing. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Got more of an update today. He's meeting with another doctor this week. And if that goes well, then they'll start him practicing next week. But he met with the doctor last week, and I guess he didn't get cleared yet. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. Our defense is starting to buzz, so we could really use him back. I mean, they're really starting to play well now that William Jackson isn't on the fucking field. That guy was literally a cancer to the team. He's been taken out, and now our defense looks fucking sick. You know, Aaron Rodgers didn't convert a third down on Sunday. The first time in his career he didn't convert a third down.
Jeez.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
So
that's my Commanders talk for the day. We'll keep it short because I know you guys don't give a fuck. Okay. What I do want to talk about a little bit here is the New York Yankees real quick. Let's talk about the New York Yankees, Jovan.
Let's do it.
Word on the street is they're bringing back Aaron Boone. Word on the street is they're bringing back Cashman. They're bringing back all the boys. Don't know how, but they're doing it. Don't know why, but they're doing it. Maybe it's a Jerry Jones type situation, and the owner wants to control everything, and he's bringing these guys back just to be puppets. I don't know, but I was pretty shocked to hear already that they're planning on bringing them back. I don't know what your thoughts are on that whole situation, but I think Aaron Boone is a shit manager, and hearing him make all those excuses this past week was embarrassing. It was like so embarrassing that I was laughing at him. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, he definitely has no business still being the manager of the Yankees, but I mean, as long as they want to bring him back and they want to keep doing nothing,
not going to hear me complain
for a World Series, I'm not going to complain. But like, I don't know what they're doing. Honestly, I figured I didn't even know if he was going to make it through the season the way that they were talking about it, or not the season, but like this little period of between now and the World Series ending. So I don't know. That guy has no business being the Yankees coach still. And if they're really trying to do something and re-sign Judge and re-sign, get free agents like they do every offseason, I know it's the Yankees, but who's going to want to come and play for Aaron Boone the way that guy sounds right now? He sounds like it's a joke.
Well, I will say the one thing he does well is defend his players, whether he's right and whether he should or whether he's wrong. That is one thing that would make me want to play for him.
That's fair.
So I think that's the one plus of having Aaron Boone is that he's ride or die. He'll go out there and look like a fucking idiot for his team. And I wish Dave Martinez, I wish he would do that. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Savages in the box. It's a classic.
Yeah. That was kind of electric. The guy's a terrible manager and made a new lineup every game, and that didn't work, and it fucked him over. And he made a hell of excuses, but he does ride or die for his players. That's the one prop I'll give him. The main points, I'm bringing this full circle now. The main point I wanted to talk about here, I've been hearing that the San Francisco Giants are going to outbid anyone, no matter what the price, for Aaron Judge. And look, I think we can both agree, I think everyone in here can agree, that if Aaron Judge could snap his fingers and get a price match guarantee, he'd be going to the New York Yankees, right? He wants to be there, okay? Ideally, he would have already fucking re-signed. But he went through that he didn't get extended in the offseason like he made it very adamant that he wanted to be. He didn't get extended because of the injury concerns. He went out and had debatably one of the best seasons we've ever seen in our entire life. He went through arbitration mid-season, which, Jovan, we've talked about. is like hell. It's like if your employer or family were screaming at you in front of court for hours talking about why you're not worth the money you want. He went through that this season, and that really fucking pissed him off. And now he's going to be getting blank checks. And I guarantee you that the San Francisco Giants aren't the only team looking to give him a blank check. We saw what the Mets did with Scherzer last year. We saw the Mets hand Max Scherzer literally a blank check at the end of his career and probably said, you know what, man, whatever you want for 3 years, we'll give you. We need you here. Don't be surprised if you see a blank check situation in San Francisco and Aaron Judge is wearing burnt orange and brown out in San Fran next season. Because at the end of the day, if they give him the absolute bag, who's to tell him to say no? Who's to stop him from going out and getting his bag? He deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
He does. I don't know.
What do you think about the whole situation, man?
I still will not believe it until I see it. Him going anywhere else than staying in New York and them letting him go, because I think that would be. I mean, obviously, like, he's fantastic. It would be a stupid move for them not to re-sign them. I don't think that they ever really recover from that. But like from his side of things too, like I see it in the chat too. I mean, San Francisco is not a great hitter's park, so it's not the greatest investment. Mm-hmm. So you could take it from that perspective. I just, again, like I'll believe it when I see it. I just don't see, regardless of the relations or however it transpired with the entire situation, I just can't see them letting him slip away. I can't.
Mm-hmm. And the Yankees are the one team they would probably go out and price match when they shouldn't, or spend more money when they shouldn't, right? They've done that in the past. They're not shy to go out and spend money, right? They've been a little bit better recently because they have to be, because they gave Garrett Cole $1 bazillion. But they'll go out and they'll price match up to a point. But dude, if the Giants are going to give him $40 million a year, how does he say no?
Yeah, I don't know.
If the Giants give him $40 million for 8 years, how does he say no?
Yeah, that's a good point. I can't. You literally can't.
And I'll tell you right now, I don't know if any other team will match that. I don't. And there's also 30 other teams that want him to. You made a good point about the Pitchers Park thing. I mean, we saw Juan Soto say, fuck it, I'll go to San Diego for 2.5 years, see if I like it out here. Nobody can hit home runs here. So he went out there. And I know that's a little bit different, right? Kind of a rental, long-term rental. Long-term rental, it's different, but still. And you're right, Aaron Judge, won't be able to cheat anymore and hit extra home runs in the fake ballpark, right? So he's got to look himself in a mirror and say, do I want to play in a real park, or do I want free home runs for flailing off and hitting little dinkers to right field that go out because he's 6'8"? That's what he needs to look himself in a mirror and ask, because his stats won't be the same. They won't. No. You know what would be crazy, and this would never happen, if he went to the Rockies and just hit absolute rockets.
Honestly,
I mean, they don't spend any money, so that's not going to happen really. And they just actually spend money on Chris Bryant for like the first time I've ever seen them spend money really ever.
Yeah, after offloading Arenado's contract because they were trying to have a fire sale and get rid of money. Great strategy by the Rockies from front office.
They're the worst front office in baseball. They are. They just don't give a fuck.
They just
they're the only team this year that didn't make a trade at the deadline. They didn't make a single move.
They contradict.
Why are they not selling
every year? I don't get it.
Why are they not selling? Do they go on vacation the 2 weeks before the deadline? Like, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they not selling? Their team sucks. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up. The Giants will not be outbid on Aaron Judge. I've already made a bet with one of my best friends who's a huge Yankees fan. I already bet him $100 that he's not going to be a Yankee next year. Am I going to lose my money? Probably. Is it a donation? Maybe. But if he ends up going on another team, that $100 is worth way more than $100. Trust me. That'll be worth $1 million in chirps.
Of course.
Okay. I mean, chat, what do you guys think is going to happen? Where do you think he's going to end up? Let me know. This is fucking wild. I wanted to show this to you guys because this is absolutely bonkers. Mac Jones threw a pick that may have resulted in him getting pulled in that game, right? You know what's a little weird? That pick might have not been his fault, Jovan. Check this shit out. I don't know if you can see it, but that ball hits the fucking sky cam line and changes course. Check that shit out. That ball probably wouldn't have been fucking picked off. And who knows? Maybe Mac Jones doesn't get pulled out of that game. Maybe this freaking wire, there's a chance that this wire changes not only the trajectory of the Patriots' entire season, like this tweet says, but this stupid wire could change the entire Patriots' next decade with what they have going on at QB. Who knows what would have happened if Mac Jones doesn't throw that pick and stays in that game? What if he went off in the second quarter? Who knows? We don't fucking know. We don't have a crystal ball. He probably wouldn't have, but he could have. And this shit, first of all, this is absolutely inexcusable. I don't know how these are even in play. Like, what? And number two, I thought this was really fucking crazy. I wanted to bring this up. The guy got pulled pretty much because he threw that pick. And that pick wasn't even his fault. Wild. Would he have gotten pulled in the second half anyways if this pick didn't happen? Probably. Like, we don't know. We're not the coach, but probably, yeah. We don't know that for sure, though. This stupid wire changed the NFL and the Patriots potentially forever.
Yeah.
Straight up. So that's pretty wild to me. Wanted to bring that up and make sure you guys saw that. Pretty wild. Yeah, grow up and get some drones, dude. It's 2022. Fuck. Get some drones out here. God. Hashtag Wiregate. You know who probably put that wire there is Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be shocked. Wouldn't be shocked. Wanted to bring that up real quick. Guys, we have games to talk about today, and we're going to get to them, but we have an hour left, so that's kind of why we're just talking about some stories going on. One more I wanted to talk about. Russell Westbrook moving in next to LeBron or across the street from LeBron. Thought this was kind of funny. What could go wrong, right? They're 0-3 to start the season. Russ looks the worst he's ever looked, although we know how he starts off seasons. He starts off terribly and then usually kind of figures it out as it goes on. But wow. He looks terrible. He's hurt again tonight. Thought that was funny that he moved across from LeBron when he'll probably be playing in another city halfway through the season or next year. But the main points I wanted to make was that Russell Westbrook got ruled out, and this line moved from Lakers plus 6.5 to Lakers plus 5.5. Vegas is thinking they literally have a better chance to win without him on the floor at this point. That is nuts to me, dude.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious, bro. You tell me Russell Westbrook is worth -1 points on the spread?
Just might be.
This is a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Thought that was absolutely hilarious. All right, ESPN released a statement on social media addressing the video. This pass from Mac Jones did not hit ESPN Skycam wiring. This video creates false impression. In reality, Skycam wire is more than 15 feet above the ball. I don't know about that, dudes. That ball fucking moves. That ball wobbles. That ball wobbles and moves. I don't fucking know. I don't believe that shit. I'll have to look into that more, but I don't believe that for a second. That's a fake article. There you go. Get that guy in the fucking sin bin. Get him in timeout. All right. Gosh, man. Creates false impressions for morons like Krabs. Sure. I don't know why you'd sit in this, stream all day if you're going to be miserable and don't fuck with us. Go watch another one. I don't give a shit. If it hit the wire, it wouldn't still spiral. I think it skinned it, but I'm also not a fucking videographer or scientist, and I don't have the actual tape. So we'll leave it at that. It was a fucking story. Stop getting so butthurt. All right. But don't be surprised if Tom Brady was the one that did that, because he's kind of a slime ball. Anyways.
Yeah, maybe did.
NHL tonight. NBA tonight. Thought it was a little bit weird that spread moved to plus 6.5 to plus 5.5 with Russ being ruled out, all jokes aside. I like the Lakers tonight. I don't know if I want to bet on them because betting on the Lakers, even though they're 0-3 and nobody really wants to bet on them, they're still the Cowboys of the NBA. They're still the Yankees of the NBA.
Yeah.
People still love to find any way, any excuse to bet on them. Hence why when we fucking started the stream today, the first couple messages were Lakers today, right? You guys you know how we think at this point. We've been around the block long enough, right? Not surprised. Not surprised. Do I like them today? Yeah. But am I sure I want to bet on them yet? I don't know. It's still the Lakers. You're still betting on one of the public favorites. Any takes on this game tonight, Jovan?
Yeah, I mean, with or without Russ, I don't think the line makes much sense whatsoever with how the Nuggets have been playing. I know the record kind of may not reflect it because, I mean, they're 2-2, but they look really good. I think in terms of what I was expecting from this team, and they're coming off of a tough loss. They did kind of get ran by the Blazers, I think it was 2 days ago. So that's something that's kind of keeping me a little less excited to take this line, but I still do not think with the point move down that there's any reason for the spread to be like it is. So I'm still with the Lakers cautiously because it is the Lakers, like you're saying, but I support it.
Okay. And I'm with you. I have a feeling there's another NBA game tonight that we might like better. We'll get to that at some point. Guys, Maction is less than a week away. Thank God. If you guys don't know what Maction is, figure it the heck out. Don't know what to tell you. It's pretty much life-saving. Come this time of the year when guys like me who don't love betting on hockey and NBA, like you guys know that's not really my shit. But we're making do for now until college basketball starts up here in less than 2 weeks, which is fucking awesome. Maction is less than a week away. Tuesday, there's 2 games. Wednesday, there's 2 games. Let's fucking go. We're going to have shitty football on during the week again, guys. It's going to be okay. All right? It's going to be okay. You have almost made it. All right? Stay strong. Stay strong. Yeah. Last year, I was balls deep in the MAC. I'm going to have to hop back in. Jovan, I know you're with me.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
What else is going on? Oh, this Wisconsin women's volleyball situation. I'm sure you guys have seen all that stuff going on Twitter. We're not going to go on and address that, but wanted to show you guys how much the school, for some reason, and as they should, you should support all your teams, whether it's a men's team or a women's team in college. Jovan, maybe go to a women's basketball game this year, grow up, get cultured.
Of course.
They really like them some volleyball up there in Wisconsin. They really do, man. So much so that they had a sellout crowd, record-breaking attendance. I mean, this is more people than there are at a Commanders game on Sundays. This is nuts. People are losing their minds. I don't know why there'd be so many people here. Maybe there's something else going on with this team that I don't want to talk about on the show, but I'll leave that up to you guys. This is wild, and this is good school spirit, is what this is. Shout out Wisconsin. Shout them out. The team must be really good or something, man. I don't know. Something's going on.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you what it is.
Fans are excited.
The fans seem really excited to go to that game this week. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that. Spirit. All right. What else we got, bro? Here's a couple other things I want to go over today. Some early movements in some college football and NFL lines. We're obviously going to do a squad ride towards the end of the show, guys. Bring your fucking thinking caps. Let's go 6-0. Why not us? Jovan, let's talk about some of these college football lines real quick, some movements. I'm sure you've taken a peek at these games and at these lines already. Washington State. This line's moved from +7 to +7, +7.5 to +7. Not a significant move, but I'll tell you right now, I want to be on the Cougars at home against ranked Utah. I like the way the line's moving. I want the 7 points at home. That place is about to be rocking with Utah coming in ranked 14 now. They seem to be picking up some steam and playing decent. They're coming off a huge win against USC, right? A very emotional win when they were honoring some of their teammates who have passed. They pulled out an unbelievable victory, right? And now they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. But so have the Cougars. The Cougars have also had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They're at home. They're a decent squad. They seem to be losing a little bit of steam after a really hot start. But I want the 7 points at home. I do. Any thoughts on this game and where the line's moving? Was definitely shocked to see it moving that way with all the money on Utah, early money on Utah.
Yeah, I mean, this game reminds me very much of the Cal game that we saw against Washington this past week that I was on.
Sure.
So I like Washington State. I was shocked to see it already take that jump to the 7. That definitely opens my eyes. And in terms of this Washington State team, like we saw this against USC. We saw this with even Oregon State. Like it didn't really work in the end, but those are different teams. Whenever they play against teams that they know that they are outmatched in certain phases of the game, they play ball control. They lock down on defense. They keep everything in front of them. They run the ball on offense. They play time of possession. They want to win the clock battle. And like you look at USC and Oregon State, those are two offenses that are like super pass heavy, super athletic, super fast. Those are not great matchups for Washington. But in a game where they're going to play kind of a more gritty, more grinded out type of game, Utah kind of fits their style a little bit better. So I think that's where they could get an advantage here because they're going to play their game. They're going to allow them to kind of keep everything in front of them. They're going to allow them to play slower, run the ball. I mean, I think that the total sitting where it is, it's pretty telling enough of the kind of game to expect. Yep. So I don't get mad. I wouldn't get mad at a Washington State player.
Okay. Good, because I want to take them.
Yeah.
Let's go to a team we're a little bit more familiar with. Let's go to the Irish, who have moved from +4.5 to +2.5 at this point against Syracuse. We know Syracuse is coming off a loss, but it was to Clemson. It was late. They were in the game the whole time. I don't like fading teams coming off of bad losses, but Notre Dame is sitting at 4-3. A lot of people have given up on them at this point, and that line has moved 2 points towards them with less than 40% of the bets coming in on Notre Dame. So I want to take Notre Dame in this spot. Maybe I'm a little bit biased. I know you are too. What are you thinking about this spot? I want to take the Irish on the road. I think they win this game outright. I think that last week loss for Syracuse could do some damage to these guys' mentals. And with Notre Dame coming in, they might catch them sleeping a little bit. The Irish might catch them sleeping. The Irish need this win more. They're hungry. Syracuse might be down in the dumps. I think Notre Dame comes in, stomps them, wins this game outright. I might take them, Emma.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I think I wouldn't be scared of kind of fading like Syracuse coming off of a tough loss. I think for them, like obviously they're in that game and had plenty of chances to win that game, but that was a good showing for them. So honestly, I think that's a positive. Especially like we were on Clemson. We thought they would go in there and get stomped. So they had a decent performance. And then Notre Dame, I mean, they didn't cover against UNLV last week. They put up points, but they didn't look great. And then they're coming off of the week before that, losing outright to Stanford at home. So you still can't buy much lower on this Notre Dame team. So to see them catching, a field goal and now less in, I don't even know what it's called now, but the Carrier Dome, it's a little surprising. So I think their defense is going to lock up Syracuse and they're going to win this game.
Okay. I'm with it. I want to take them too. Maybe we're being biased. Maybe we really want to Notre Dame win. I think the Irish get it done.
I'm not biased enough to like need to bet on them or root for them, but it's just in the back of my mind.
Is this what it's called now? The JMA Wireless Dome? They changed the name?
Is it actually?
Dude, that's ridiculous. It's still the Carrier Dome in my fucking eyes. Fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's go to Iowa State. This team has stressed me out enough for an entire season already, but I think I'm crazy enough to go back to the Cyclones at home. Lines moved from +2.5 to +1.5 against Oklahoma, who has seen better days. This Oklahoma team. I think they might be packing up shop this year too. Give me the Cyclones to tie this one up at 4-4, or get to 4-4 here, get even, get 500. I like them outright. I'll be taking the 1.5 probably because this game could get weird. I want the Cyclones at home. And that line moving from +2.5 to +1.5 with over 60% of bets and handle on Oklahoma is a little bit weird. So give me the Cyclones. I'm ready to get hurt again. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to get hurt again by the Cyclones. I think it's
This team's lost 4 games in a row, all by less than a touchdown. Ridiculous. In
yeah,
ridiculous fashion. All of
I
them.
think it's going to be something similar.
Jesus Christ.
Like the one thing that I don't like is the total is, or the line is moving towards Iowa State, but the total's going up.
Mm.
I don't think their offense is good enough to go out there and win them a game. I think they can keep it close for a majority of it because they, like, obviously their defense is a lot better, but they run the same style defense as TCU, which also gave them problems when Dylan Gabriel was in the game. People forget that TCU was up 20-3 when Dylan Gabriel was still playing.
People do forget that.
Yeah, people forget. They like to play the backup quarterback card, but don't forget that we were dominating, all before that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think they'll come out a little slow. Oklahoma will offensively, but I just don't see them being able to hold down this offense for the majority of the game. And I can't trust Hunter Deckers in the Iowa State defense or Iowa State offense, even with as bad as the Oklahoma defense is, to score with them. I don't think they'll be able to do it for 4 quarters.
It's fair. This line reeks, though, and you can't deny it.
I don't know if it does, though.
I mean, Oklahoma's coming off of a 52-piece they put up on Kansas where they looked like they were unstoppable offensively, and now they're facing a team that can't score. I mean, I think I probably would have put this at Oklahoma -3, -4, even if it's on the road. And then moving back towards Iowa State. I mean, Iowa State's lost 4 games in a row. They might be packing up shop, too, in people's minds. But we know their coach is a fucking psychopath, and he's probably going to get those boys riled up in a home game against Oklahoma. They want to beat this team.
Yeah, I just think I think the line is short. Like a lot of the Big 12 lines, I guess, seem pretty like kind of dependent on how the game's going to go, I would say, and I'll explain that when we talk about some of the other ones. But I think the line's low just because their defense is going to keep them in the game for a majority of it. And like we see that like they went to Austin and lost by 3, and that was a great game that they honestly should have won. Took Kansas State down to a point. Kansas, who's nowhere near as good, 3-point loss. I mean, that's why I think the line's low. So I'm not really worried. I'm not running to take Oklahoma either. I don't want the Cyclones.
Okay, let's go to a team that's got absolutely cocked last week, but benefited you. Kansas State.
Yeah.
Who's still ranked. They're still ranked 22?
I'm pretty sure they're still ranked, yeah.
Yeah, they're still ranked 22. They're sitting at 5-2. And they're playing 9th-ranked Oklahoma State, who everyone fucking loves betting on, with the veteran team. Kansas State, who's ranked 22, is, I know they're at home, but -1.5 after opening up +1.
Yeah.
They're catching some serious steam here. Holy smokes. And I want to join. I want to join the Kansas State party. Number 1, do we know if Martinez is playing? And number 2, am I putting 10 or 20 units on Kansas State ML this weekend?
So I think they are leaning towards him playing, but he's going to get a game time decision, it seems like.
Okay.
I think you certainly should wait because if he isn't in, I'm pretty sure the backup, Will Howard, who he's been in the league, he's been in the Big 12 for a while, so he's like a very competent quarterback. If he doesn't play, that's a big drop off. So I would certainly wait until then because that line is going to react to that. And I am not touching Kansas State with a 20-foot pole unless they go up to like a touchdown favorite if Adrian Martinez doesn't play. But with him playing and then going,
I mean, that's not going to happen, but yes. I know what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely on Kansas State as it's kind of right now.
I mean, guys, DraftKings is getting 75% of bets and handle on Oklahoma State, and that line has moved from Kansas State +1 to Kansas State -1.5. So when lines move across 0, I don't take that lightly. This is significant. And number 1, it could just be them. They think Martinez is now going to play. Maybe there's a better report. We know the sports books know injury shit before we even wake up, right? They know everything faster, better, stronger than all of us. It is what it is. So this line move, it easily could just be the Martinez situation, which makes me think it's not strictly just a weird line move. It makes me think he's going to play. But you're 100% right. No rush on betting this one. Even if you end up getting a worse line, it's worth waiting to see if he's playing. I 100% agree. 100% agree. especially with the Tua stuff going on. Like, you never know if these teams are going to be playing a little more safe. They probably should be, right? Let's move on to Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro. Louisville is +4 at home against 10th ranked Wake Forest, who everyone loves for some reason. And this line has moved from Louisville +5.5 at home to Louisville +4 at home. I want Louisville.
Absolutely.
I want Louisville. There's an upset brewing in Louisville. I think they win this game outright. No fucking way on a neutral field. Well, I guess on a neutral field, this would be Wake Forest -7, but even that is a little bit ridiculous in my mind. This is an afternoon game. There should be some people there in the stands. We know Malik Cunningham is back. Wake Forest, besides that, lost to Clemson, right? They are undefeated, and they've pretty much beaten the fuck out of every team they played so far this season besides Clemson. They almost beat Clemson. But don't sleep on Louisville. Louisville's coming off of 2 pretty darn good wins, too. I mean, UVA is not great, but they stomped on them, and then they absolutely beat the crap out of Pitt as well. Beat them by 14 points. Never was really a close game. That Pitt team is well coached and a good team that everyone projected to probably win the ACC. Now, they kind of stink, but they're decent. Give me Louisville at home. Love the way the line's moving. Love the 4 points. What's your take on this one? Is this one we should get in now or wait? What are you thinking?
I think you should get in now if you're going to play this, because this is continuing to move. I'm not really scared of kind of any move if there's any buyback towards like 4 once it goes down, but seeing some 3.5 pops up somewhere, so I'd get it in now if you would like to do that. But this is a weird game. I don't see the reason for it being this low. Louisville's defense has been great in these last couple of games, so I think that's something to look forward to. And that's being reflected. The total is moving down. The Wake team total was at a number they've hit, I think, every game this year except one, and it was the FSU game, if I'm not mistaken. And they've faced better defenses. I mean, their line's been lower against Clemson. That's just about it. So it's a little weird being with how difficult this Louisville team is to read, and it seems like you're getting a pretty good look at them this week. So I'm with it.
Yep. All right. Let's go to Missouri real quick. I guess we'll go to Columbia because South Carolina is hosting Missouri. South Carolina is now ranked. Let me say this, because could not be more impressed with what I've seen out of Shane Beamer running this South Carolina team, and him in interviews is just absolutely incredible. This guy has a future in broadcasting if he wants it for millions and millions of dollars, but he loves coaching. It's in his blood, right? Shout out Frank Beamer, the GOAT, his dad. Whoever was in charge at Virginia Tech when Shane Beamer was looking for his next job, and we went with Fuente over Frank Beamer's son to come in, they should be executed. They should be executed. They should be nailed at a stake somewhere and left to be. Fuck you if you did that. Whoever you are, I hope you hear this one day. Fuck you. You have ruined Virginia Tech football. You have ruined it. You have killed it. And you're an idiot. If you give Shane Beamer a job at that point 4 or 5 years ago, and he fucks up, you're not even going to get in trouble because you gave Frank Beamer's son a chance. And the craziest part is he's actually a pretty damn good coach. And he's got this South Carolina team playing as a team. I don't know if you've heard any of his post-game pressers or anything like that, but he was taking notes when they were struggling early on, and he's fucking pissed that everyone's chirping him, and he's absolutely juiced up and gassed up and excited about his team, and he kept going on and on about how they don't quit, how they play hard. I'm very impressed with that program down there in South Carolina and very disappointed in my Hokies. With that being said, give me Mizzou in the points on the road here, +4. Give it to me.
Absolutely.
Inject it in my fucking veins.
Absolutely.
After all that shit, I don't give a fuck. After all that gassing up, I don't give a shit. Unless Shane Beamer's putting a helmet on and going out there and playing, they're not winning this game. They might win. They're not covering. Missouri's defense is legit. They're going to give Spencer Rattler some issues. Sure, Missouri might not score. But South Carolina's not going to score either, and this one's staying within 4 points. Give me Missouri. This is one of my favorite plays of the week. You're selling high on South Carolina after some fucking big-ass games. and you're buying low on Missouri, who I think is still a little bit underrated. Give me Missouri in the points.
Yeah. I mean, it's another team where their defense is going to keep them in the game. And I think against this South Carolina team that, they've been good. I mean, Spencer Rattler's been better than I think a lot of people thought he would be, including myself. But they're going to force him and the rest of that offense into a lot of turnovers. I think that's going to be the big issue. And it's going to be like they're going to force South Carolina to play their game. So, like these ugly little low-scoring games that Missouri's been playing, and a couple of them they've been winning. Like, I guess last week they won with, 17-13 or something against Vandy. I think it's going to be that type of game. I think it's going to be that type of game with a lot of ugly football, a lot of turnovers. I don't see them doing much on offense, but their defense is going to win them this game.
Yep. Could not agree more. Give me Mizzou. South Carolina's fun ends this weekend. That's going to be a sweaty one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a sweaty one.
Yeah.
Kind of hope they win because I really like Shane Beamer, and I just hope they win by less than 4. All right. 2 games I wanted to talk about in college football. Not weird line movements, but just lines that really stuck out to me. Marshall minus 2.5 against Coastal Carolina. I don't have to sell this one to you. I know you're already all aboard. That's some serious respect to Marshall. They're winning this game. Absolutely love that. And then Texas A&M being only plus 2.5 to Mississippi right now, to Ole Miss, with how bad Texas A&M has looked. Yeah, add that to my card. All right.
Yeah.
So those are 2 bets that I want to take: Marshall minus 2.5 and Texas A&M plus 2.5. Any quick thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the lines speak for themselves on those. I mean Marshall. Not only is that weird because of how good Coastal Carolina's been up until last week, but this is a Marshall team still playing with a backup quarterback. Like, so for them to be getting almost a field goal with that situation and them having really just no plan on offense whatsoever, it's crazy. It's crazy. And Texas A&M, same thing. They've looked terrible. They look absolutely atrocious. And for them to be getting that respect, wild.
It's insane, dude. It's insane. All right, let's power through these NFL ones really quick, and then we'll get to the games today because I know you guys are absolutely starving for winners. Let's go to Baltimore, or let's go to Tampa.
Yeah.
You see what's going on over here?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, you do? Are you seeing Baltimore plus 3 to minus 1.5 like I am?
Yeah, but it seems like there's a reason.
It
seems like there's definitely a reason. Let me look and see the.
I mean, you would know better than me. This is your team. Are you thinking there's an injury that might not be public info yet?
The whole Bucs secondary: Sean Murphy-Bunting, Carlton Davis, Antoine Winfield, all out. Starting left guard, who honestly might be worse anyway, he's out. Hicks still not playing. Julio still not playing. Cameron Brate also out. So it seems like there's a reason. So if the Ravens are sitting 1.5 still with this news, that's a little telling. But it's also looking at the total. This total reminds me a lot of the Chiefs game, the Chiefs Sunday night game with the Bucs, where there's kind of no reason for this total to be this high.
Okay.
I mean, I saw 44.5 earlier in the week, a couple days ago, and now it's climbed to 45 and 45.5 a lot of places. With the Ravens should be able to do whatever they want to that Bucs secondary. Like, I know it's kind of the not overthink it point of view or perspective or whatever, but the Bucs, what have they been able to do on defense or on offense against any defense, against the Steelers defense, against the Panthers defense? What have they been able to do? And somebody, I forget who it was, but I was in the Gens chat during a stream. Somebody was saying that the Ravens have given up 250 plus yards passing like twice all year or once all year. And just scrolling through the PP board, look at Tom Brady in at 280.5 this week.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, that could be a little bit because there potentially is a negative game script here. Maybe they're playing from behind now that they're an underdog and need to throw the ball more. But
I mean, I like the over probably a little more than the Bucs.
Okay.
But I mean, that kind of aligns with that a little more.
Bro, Capwise Nick, dude, you actually geeked the shit out of me, bro.
That's hilarious.
Fruity's testing out some new Nightbot feature or something about giveaways, and the Capwise Nick just goes, yeah, Capwise Nick is one to give away. Love it, dude. Yeah, I like the Bucs, honestly.
Yeah.
Hate to say it. Have a Ravens future. 4 straight weeks, actually, besides last week. Jacoby threw 258.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including Burrow and Allen.
Wow. Yeah, that's very high. So go ahead and remember that one. Put that one in the bank for the cheat sheet this weekend. All right.
Tell you what, if he gets, they don't have these squares up yet, but if he gets a passing touchdown square at 1.5, or God forbid 2, that's
if there's a 2, there might be, I don't even know. There might
yeah,
be craziness going on in the streets, pandemonium, fucking riots. There might be riots.
yeah, that would be my favorite square probably of all time if we see it
Okay.
too.
All right. Well, we know Prize Picks is listening, so let's see if they bless the boys.
Yeah, we'll see.
Give us a 2, Prize Picks. I dare you. Do it. All right. What about New England moving from -2.5 to -1.5 here this weekend? They play on Sunday. They play the Jets. The line is moving towards the Jets. I've never seen the Jets be a favorite against the Patriots ever. They're getting close. They're getting close. Assuming everyone's betting on the Jets, let's pull this up real quick. Let's check the data, as some would say. Looks like more 40% of bets, 66% of handle on the Pats spread. But the ML, everyone's on Jets ML, like 77% of bets, 70% of handle. So
Yeah,
I feel like most people, when they see -1.5, +1.5, I feel like most just cut the shit and go to the ML. So I actually care about the ML data here more in this game.
yeah,
Give me, and that the fact that the Jets are getting all the bets and money and the line is moving the other way. Well, I guess actually the line is moving the right way if they're getting all the ML bets because they're moving from +2.5 to +1.5. So that actually makes perfect sense.
yeah.
But it's
Still wanna
still the
bet 'em.
Jets. It's still the Jets against the Pats.
Yeah.
And we know the Pats looked like shit last week. And maybe the Pats are the favorite here because of their name and because of their coach. But the Jets have been outplaying them, and it's not even close this season. The Jets have been outplaying them. They're 5-2. Put some respect on their name. And I had one of the worst futures of all time taking their win total under. That was caked. What are you thinking about this game? It makes my head hurt. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I was sprinting to bet anything in this game, but I think you take the logos off their helmets and off their jerseys, there's still
That's
no
what I'm
reason for the
saying.
Patriots to be favored in this game.
That's what I'm
Especially with,
saying.
what they have going on in the quarterback situation. Like Zappi's the better quarterback, but there's still controversy. He's still played a little inconsistent. If you talk about after the first couple drives, as a team, they're just a tough one to look at. They got a lot of different things going on. I know it's a Bill Belichick coach team, but still. So I don't think they should be favored. So I'm still willing to fade the Jets.
But it could be a sharp trap, right? They know what we're thinking about this,
Yeah,
and it could be maybe they're trying to bait us to take the Pats as a favorite because you hit the nail on the head. You take off the fucking names on the back and you take off the logos on these helmets, and the Jets should be the favorite here, no question, right? But it's still the Patriots versus the Jets. So wouldn't be surprised to see sharps on the Jets. Wouldn't be surprised to see sharps on the Pats. Might have to sit this one out. I kind of get both sides.
most likely stay away from me, but I'm very close.
I need to see what Gabagool is on in this game. I need to see what Stu is on in this game. I need to see what some of the OGs are on in this one who've been around the block.
I'll tell you what, if it starts ticking back to -2, get some buyback on their side, I will be much more intrigued.
Agreed. What about the Raiders? Do the Raiders intrigue you at all? Moving from a pick'em to -2 on some books here on the road against the Saints. And we know that's a tough place to play. And both these teams kind of fucking stink. And I know the Saints have lost 4 or 5. The Saints have a good quarterback situation going on right now. And Vegas has won 2 of their last 3. Barring the line movement, I'd want to take the Saints. But since the line has moved so much, it's kind of keeping me off the Saints. Any thoughts on this game?
I mean, I can't do anything with the Saints until I see their injury reports come out because I have no idea. There's so many moving parts with the Saints. Like I know Jarvis is out. Michael Thomas has been out. Jameis has been out. Secondary's been out with Lattimore. So I can't really say like the Raiders movement could very well be justified and we not know it. So
100%. So let's
really
move
have
on.
no thoughts unless everybody for the Saints is magically back and the line keeps ticking their way.
It's facts.
I just can't. Like, even with the injuries, like we saw Andy Dalton like able to take advantage of a weak Cardinals defense last week, and I cannot trust this Raiders defense to stop a parked car. So I don't know if
That's
I can.
facts. I mean, if Crosby's not getting to the QB in 3 or 4 seconds, it's going to be a completion.
Yeah, I
Straight
mean, I'll
up.
tell you what though. I mean, this total's almost hitting 50, and if
Yeah.
the injuries are still what they are for the Saints, and this total is hitting 50, I know we saw last week from their defense, but I think it's still a little high, so I'd be leaning there.
Okay. I'm with you. Well, my camera's shaking. All right. 2 more. I know you're going to like this one. Are you seeing what's going on with your Texans right now?
Yeah.
Lines moved from plus 3.5 down to plus 2 on some books for Houston.
Yeah, it's starting to tick back up a little bit though, so I'm not as excited.
Okay.
But I don't know. That might have to do with I still that's another injury report game because I don't know the Tannehill situation. So maybe it's starting to tick back a little bit because it's looking more and more like he's going to play. But if it stays where it is, I just have to take the Texans. I have to do it. Have to do it.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'll be on them. And then one more. We've got Seattle laying -3. Seattle opened up at -1.5. This line's moved a 1.5 towards Seattle. With how good the Giants have been, it's happening again, Jovan. Can the Giants keep getting away with it? Are they the Orioles of the NFL? Are they unbeatable? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because whatever the fuck I watched last week against the Jags looked like there was some voodoo magic going on the field. So I don't even know what to think at this point. I literally feel like I'm walking into fading the Orioles again, and it's giving me nightmares. But I have to be on the Seahawks here. The line has moved towards the Seahawks 1.5, with the Giants being 6-1, and they look incredible.
Yeah.
And everyone loves betting on them. I don't understand it, dudes. 36% of bets are coming in on Seattle, and this line has moved 1.5. What? This game's wild. Give me the Seahawks at home. This could be another sharp trap for sure, but give me the Seahawks at home.
Yeah. Well, I think the difference is like between this and the Jags, like the Seahawks have been a very popular team over the last couple of weeks too. I mean, they're a lot better overall than I would say than the Jags. So I mean, I'm definitely inclined to take them, 100%.
I'm geeking at Matt's comment.
Yeah, it's a funny comment.
Literally, dude, the Giants and the Orioles, man, unbelievable. Yeah, I'm scared. I feel like this is a similar thing to last week, but like you said, it's not that similar because nobody was sprinting to bet on the Jags last week, but people like betting on the Seahawks, right? Yeah. So that is a good point. Maybe it is just a stay away spot, like our guy Walker is saying in chat, or maybe this is a absolute nuke, revenge spot, spite bet, fuck the Giants, get the coins back. It's one of those two. All right. I recommend the former, but you can join me on the latter if you'd like. All right. Daniel Jones shuts the fridge with his hip. Love it, dude. Do you like Seahawks as a favorite, though? I like anyone as a favorite against the Giants right now, pretty much, especially teams that aren't named the Chiefs. Or the Bills. Yeah. Any other team that's a favorite against the Giants, I'm playing them. Sorry, I am. This Giants team is 6-1, and they're +3 against the Seahawks. Think about that for a second. All right? That's wild. So those are some lines that really stuck out to me for college football and NFL, some early line movements. Let me know if you guys like this segment. It probably went a little bit long, but give me a thumbs up. I know we like doing this. Probably better to do it earlier on in the week, like Monday or Tuesday, but like to get this in because like we've talked about a lot, I've never seen lines move faster and earlier than I have this year. So we got to be quicker. We got to be better. We got to be faster. We got to be stronger. All right? Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Let's talk about the games today. All right? Let's go to the ice. You want to go to the ice?
Yeah.
All right. We got 3 games. We got the Rangers and the Islanders. We've talked about this one a little bit before BTL. Looks like the Islanders are getting even more steam at this point. The lines moved 20 cents towards the Islanders. You talked about it a little bit. The Rangers are coming off a back-to-back, right? They've got their backup goalie in tonight, which could make the line make more sense for sure. But why don't you talk about the Islanders and your headspace with this game? Because I know you've kind of been going back and forth on if you want to play them or not. I'm curious if you've already locked them in.
I haven't, I hadn't initially. But post Steam, I did. I got a good price though, luckily, on my terrible little book. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's not necessarily like this line doesn't make sense spot to me. I think it maybe is a little overpriced towards the side of the Islanders, but it makes sense in the fact that the Rangers are coming off a back-to-back, an overtime game against the Avs, which skating with the Avs for 60 minutes alone, let alone an overtime game as well, is a tough task for anybody. And then they're going into a game against an Islanders team that's brand for years now they're going to be very, very physical with you. So I think that's going to be a problem with them, especially with I've seen a bunch of comments about their empty net in goal. Halak, their backup is. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I just don't see them doing much of anything offensively tonight. So I'm with the Islanders. It might be a little popular. By the numbers, it seemed a little less popular than I thought it would be. But we'll probably hear it a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. I still think it's a big price for an Islanders team. Against the Rangers team, it's kind of everybody's new favorite toy to bet on. Like a lot of people bet on them against the Avs yesterday, which Rangers are a very good team, no doubt, but I don't think they're as good as I think they're getting respect for early on in the season. They played good for a couple of games. I think
correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Islanders were dog shit for years. And then last year, out of fucking nowhere, they were really good, right? Maybe last year was an outlier, right? Maybe it was like the San Francisco Giants last MLB season, right? Could be. Got to look at the whole and the sum of its parts, not just individual little specks, all right? You got to look at everything. So you're in on the Islanders.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Too.
Okay. Thoughts on adding a player prop squad ride to the stream? Yes, but I don't want to force.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to force. But yes, if there's a day that we love a prop, more than down to do that. Yeah, super down. I'm sure chat is in on that too. All right. Is that Dilberto in chat too? What's good, Dilberto?
Just might be.
Squad ride POD and squad ride prop. Yeah, we're not going to force, but we can look. Like yesterday, Flurry, that probably would have been the one, right? Yeah. But it also didn't drop until after the show. Yeah. Or no, it actually did drop during the show last week.
It dropped during the show, but yeah, we had time to break it down live.
Prize picks, drop them. Let's go. Let's get to work. Come on. Yeah, drop them. Don't be scared. Oh, no.
It's the first time today, so I'm fading.
I mean, can we keep getting away with it? Who fucking knows? All I'm going to say is we should probably move to the basketball. We should probably move to the hardwood on the squad ride tonight. That's all I'm going to say. Because, I mean, can we continue to fucking hit these NHL bets? We're not going to go undefeated all season. It's not possible, right? Yeah. So maybe we move to the hardwood tonight, and I promise you there's a play we like, and we'll get to it, okay?
There's a couple.
There's a couple. Prize Picks got you yesterday, Trent. Wasn't able to put any of them in the Super Goats. The OKC props, yeah. I mean, I didn't think we didn't think Shai Gilgeous was playing until right before the game. I mean, did you see that? He was weird. Ruled out all day, and they moved him to doubtful, then questionable, and then to play right before the game.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before. That's concerning. We know the NBA has been sketchy with injury reports in the past, but I thought they sealed that up. I thought they figured that out when they made them report the lineups 30 minutes before the game now. But stuff like that makes me want to wait until tip, right? Especially towards the end of the season when some of these guys are going to be getting rest days. Trent, you got a great line, dude, on OKC. I'm curious what the ML moved to after the news came out. If you remember, let me know.
Well, I know the spread went down to, I think, 5.5.
And it was at like 13 or some shit, or 12 before?
I think it was 10.5, maybe.
I
think cut in half.
Jeez. That's nuts.
That is nuts.
Trent, you called the fuck out of it, though. You did come on here yesterday and say they were going to win one of those two games. So good shit. That was easy. Did you get blessed a little bit by Shy? Sure. We'll take that. We'll take that any day
Yeah,
of the
all
week.
day.
Good fucking bet. It
All
takes
day.
stones to take OKC ML. Nobody's got the balls to do that. Good shit. Scare money, don't make money. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Edmonton, St. Louis. We're seeing Edmonton now become the favorite here, which makes me like them a little bit against a better St. Louis team, or at least a better team this season so far. Although we know Edmonton is very fucking good, right? Both these teams are pretty good. Any thoughts on this one? I like the line move, like I said, towards Edmonton, but I don't know if it's enough for me to play. Thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I like Edmonton here. Nothing crazy though. Don't love them. They did just play last week or less than a week ago in the same matchup, and it was 2-0 Blues.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't have any crazy analysis, but I do like the fact that they have Leon Draisaitl up for 1.5 points. I take that, not just like the 1 or 1.5, but him specifically. I take that pretty much anytime it's offered. So, I mean, that's good for the goals, good for the over, good for the Oilers. So that's what I like. Ooh,
They locked in a shitty
really?
backup and they moved to a favorite?
Really?
Is this true?
It just might be.
Fruity, you need to know, bro. Fuck yeah, dude. That's
Yeah,
the kind of shit. That's why we need fucking Fruity's big ass brain involved, and we need him here in chat. Yes, it is true.
Stuart Skinner in that. Ooh.
Huh. Any weird prize pick stuff up yet for these guys? I guess not yet because they don't have the fucking goalie. They don't have the goals allowed prop up yet.
Yeah, I hate that they do that. They also didn't. If anybody knows or if anybody took in chat the Grand Salami yesterday, let me know what the number is because they didn't put any goals props up yesterday, which I was kind of waiting on. So I mean, they haven't done it either yet, but we'll see. I do like the Oilers a lot more now that we're seeing Skinner versus Bennington, and they went dog to favorite. That's certainly a little strange.
Okay. Yeah, Jenna, can we get some thoughts on the go whale? Do you have a minute to talk about it? Let me know. It'll only take 1 minute. I promise. It'll be quick. Give me Edmonton with that news. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right. Tampa Bay and the Anaheim Ducks, who are terrible. Tampa Bay is very good, but kind of gotten off to a little bit of a slower start than most expected this year. The Ducks are only plus 130, plus 125-ish at home. I think this is a little bit of a short line. Curious on your thoughts because I know Tampa's your team. What are you thinking about this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's like I do think the line is short, but I would assume that we're also getting Brian Elliott in net because they did play last night. So I haven't looked. I'm looking right now to see if that is confirmed. But yeah, it feels a little short, certainly. I almost kind of lean the over in the situation, which it makes sense with Brian Elliott in net, but also, I mean, the Lightning's offense hasn't been great by any stretch over the last, week or so. And the Ducks offense has been pretty pitiful. It looks like these last couple games, and Fruity can talk to that as a Ducks fan. So their team total price, somebody brought this up too a little earlier. Team total price is a little high for a team that hasn't been able to score recently. So I honestly might lean that over.
I mean, Anaheim has scored 1 goal, 2 goals in their last 3. All 3 of those unders obviously hitting those games. And this total is at 6.5. I mean, do you think that's a spec high? Would this be one of those games you would have expected to see a 6 and kind of like a 5-1 type game here for Tampa?
Maybe, but it's also, I mean, if Vassey's not starting and Brian Elliott's in net, I think the total makes sense. I think the Ducks come and score goals and break the seal a little bit, but 6 to 6.5 last night. Interesting.
Okay. Let's move to the hardwood. You down?
Yeah, certainly down.
Let's do it.
Certainly.
All right. Let's go to Detroit. This game stinks. Not going to spend too much time on this one. You looking to take the Pistons at all today or the Hawks? I don't want anything to do with either of these teams.
No, not at all. Nothing to do. Nope. I mean, we can start with a couple of the games that we know that there's something going on in instead of just going through these couple. But the one that, we can talk about the Heat. We can talk about the Heat, which I've seen weird amount of times. Weird amount of times since I first said something about it. But I just see no reason. They've looked pitiful, absolutely atrocious this entire start to the season, and a Trailblazers team who can't miss. They're firing on all cylinders. Anthony Simons looks fantastic. Obviously, Dame looks fantastic. I have no reason why they're getting 2.5 points on the road in this game. It, yeah, okay, I'm cool with that.
That's good.
With that. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't see any reason for them to be a favorite in this game. With as terrible as they've looked, the offense is so out of whack. Like they have no consistent scoring option.
Right. Yeah, no, the Blazers have covered every game this year and look incredible, and the Heat are absolutely putrid. There's no way that they cover tonight. They haven't covered all season, right?
Yeah,
I mean, getting Portland at +2.5 at home, undefeated, they look incredible. That's a great price. I might just take the ML in Portland. They've got to win. They're 4-0. They've never lost this season, and they've covered every game. They've got to cover this game and win tonight, right? And they're at home. And Miami looks terrible. I'm just going to take the ML. You're an idiot if you think like that. You're an idiot. Grow the fuck up. Read the room. Know that Vegas sets these lines to trap you, and that lines are not projections of what's going to happen in a game. The sooner you guys know that sportsbooks set lines to get you to bet on the wrong thing, and that they're not projections of what's going to happen in the game or projections of the score, the sooner you guys understand that, the better off you'll be. Okay? That doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win, but that's going to put you in a way better spot. All right? There's a reason the 0-4 ATS Miami Heat are the favorites on the road against undefeated outrights and ATS Portland. There's a reason, okay? Don't be fooled. Don't think Portland's a value play here. Portland's going to lose, and they're going to be the biggest trap on the card today. All right? Think about it. Think about it. Okay? Dame over points free. No.
You know who I think is competing for biggest trap on the board too?
Would it be the Denver Nuggets?
No, but I mean they're up there too. I think the Spurs might be competing for biggest trap on the board. This was like a super weird, weird scheduling thing, but they just played the Timberwolves in the same exact place in Minnesota 2 days ago. And now this line is -9, moved up from 8 to 9 with Minnesota. During that game, like you look at the box score and you see that the Spurs won by 9. They were up 30-something points in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see any reason for this to be big. And yes, I see that Devin Vassell is back or out. I just don't see a reason for them to be favored by 9 after the game that we saw literally 2 days ago. There's no travel involved, no nothing. They didn't move. So I have no clue what's going on.
Give me the fucking T-Wolves to win this game by 20.
Yeah.
I love that angle, Jovan. Holy shit. These guys literally played 2 days ago in Minnesota, just like tonight's. Minnesota was, or the Spurs were +8.5, and they won outright. And now tonight's, they're giving you pretty much the same line. It's actually even longer after the Spurs won outright, which should make you fucking get a little red flag in your head. Ding, 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 ding. Trap. This is fucking weird. Do not take the Spurs. They're giving you the similar line from 2 days ago because they want you to bet on the Spurs again. Right? Don't fucking fall for it. Take Minnesota. They win this game big. We don't really get to give out heavy favorites very often on this show because we're taking dogs most of the time. And I know you guys fucking hate that because you're scared of plus signs sometimes. Here's a fatty for you. Here's a -9 piece you can get behind, okay? Take the T-Wolves.
Yeah.
Jovan, that's sharp as shit, dude.
You know what is, too? It's a little weird because we're seeing that Devin Vassell is out, right, who killed the T-Wolves in that first game.
Yep.
The total is in the same exact spot. Total is the same exact number. So they're not projecting any type of loss of production overall in the game or, I guess from the Spurs individually. So that's kind of confirming that it's not just a Devin Vassell thing for me.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, give me the fucking T-Wolves, dude. I absolutely love that. And there's not any other weird injuries that we're seeing right now. I mean, Kyle Anderson is out, but I think he's been out.
Yeah, I mean, not as far as I know. I mean, the chat.
Austin Rivers is doubtful. Let's see when the fuck Austin Rivers has played last.
I mean, those guys are
not like. He hasn't played at all this year. It doesn't even fucking matter.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he doesn't even play. Okay. All right. Yeah, it could be Ant-Man tonight. Maybe he'll finally do something tonight. Maybe he does some shit tonight. Okay.
Just maybe.
You want to talk about this Denver Lakers game real quick? I mean,
we touched on it for a little bit. We don't have to go too in depth, but
yep.
I don't see a reason for this spread to be like it is either. Realistically, I mean, this Denver team's been very, very good. This Lakers team, I don't think you can point to a more disappointing team in recent history. And now they're without Russ, which realistically, like it should, like in theory, help their team. Not because Russ is just that bad, but they just don't utilize him the right way. So their offense, they'll have more room for guys to kind of flow. We'll see you guys step into new roles and see how that works for the offense. But there's just no reason, absolutely no reason. And I hate trying to bet on the Lakers. I still don't know if I'm going to be able to pull the trigger and do it, but there's no reason.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I know it. If it was any other team, I'd already be on it. But it's the freaking Lakers, man. And everyone loves betting on them, even if they suck, straight up. Because of shit like this. Lakers tuck me in, peace. When's the last time the Lakers tucked you in? Russ is going to be out, guys. And the line moved the opposite direction, which is why my brain feels weird from this game. My brain feels weird. All right, let's talk about the Nets game real quick. Nets Bucks. This is a pretty darn good game on ESPN. People might want a bet or two in this one. I lean the Brooklyn Nets. Don't love this play, but I lean the Nets plus 3.5 on the road against the Bucks, who haven't lost yet. They've only played a couple games. Give me KD and give me Kyrie against Giannis. I want the points. I want the Nets. They look like shit. They get back on track with a big win on the road tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything super in depth. I definitely lean the Nets. I think they match up pretty well in terms of, defensively with the Bucks, and I don't know, 3.5, 4 to 3.5, I think is a decent sized deal when you're talking about a nationally televised game. Lines are always pretty sharp there, so not mad at a Nets play.
Okay. John saying the metrics has the Bucks spread as an A- play. John, I'd love to see those metrics or know what they are. I would. Fill me in, brother. Teach me. I'd like to learn. Craig Kimbrell is actually the king of untucking. It's not the Lakers. Although the Lakers are a close second at this point. All right. Any other games that you wanted to talk about real quick? I mean, Philly-Toronto is a pretty good game.
That's a little bit of a weird line, I think.
Phillies, it is, and this is good because I wanted to talk this one out with you. It is a little weird, but also Phillies looked like dog shit this year. But we know their team is elite roster wise, and they're going to figure it out. But they're 1-3. They look like shit, although they are coming off a win finally. But they're -2, and Toronto. I don't really have a read on this Toronto team yet, or know if they're actually good or bad. What are you thinking about this one? I'm seeing the total has gone down a ton since this one opened up. Could this be a close nail biter, weird game in Toronto where they hang around or maybe even win this one outright? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely lean towards the Sixers.
Wow. Okay.
I think there's the move from 1 to 2 there, I think is pretty interesting. And I know Scotty Barnes is out, which is certainly interesting. But again, this Sixers team has looked so bad. They match up horrendously with Embiid. Like Embiid's going to have a day, especially if he just decides to be aggressive. He hasn't decided to be aggressive many times this season yet.
Yep.
Except, he pops up and he's all of a sudden on the court for certain quarters of the game. So they are going to have a serious problem defending him, especially if they don't have the switch element with Scotty Barnes, which he's not going to be guarding Embiid or anything, but they have flexibility defensively that they're missing. So I don't know. I think Sixers defense very well could lock them up too. So it's a little weird of a game. I didn't expect to see the Sixers favored here.
Mm-hmm. I agree, but it's still the Sixers. This could be a trap to get you to bet on the Sixers when they're still not right. I'm staying away from this game. I get where your head's at. I get why you want to take Philly. It's weird that they're a favorite, but it's still the 76ers, and they might be trying to bait people to bet on them when they're still kind of bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to be staying as far away from that game as humanly possible. All right. I think it's about that time, Jovan.
Is it?
I think it's about that time. Ladies and gents, last Wednesday, we started the stream with a dream. Okay. We started it with a dream, and that was to go 1-0 on squad rides. We took the Pelicans ML last Wednesday, and that cash, that was free. We went 1-0. Okay. Then we wake up the next day. It's Thursday. We say, you know what? That squad ride was pretty cool. That was a good idea. Let's run that back. Let's take the over in Thursday Night Football. That's kind of a weird contrarian spot. You guys voted for it. I didn't love it at the time. I mean, it hit maybe the easiest bet I've had all year. It hit early on in the second half. Then we go over to Friday. Everyone starts to take notice. They're saying it can't be done. They're saying the streak cannot continue. We take the Blackhawks ML on Friday. People call us nuts. They say we're insane. They say we don't know anything. The Blackhawks win outright. ML. 3-0 for the first week. We have a hell of a weekend. We drink, we eat, we fuck like kings. We come back for the week. It's Monday. The squad rides are 3-0. We lock in. The Oilers, ML. They win outright. We're 4-0. The people doubt. The people chirp. The people don't believe, Jovan. They don't. And then we move on to yesterday with maybe the craziest play yet, ladies and gents. We all know the Kraken never return coins, and they returned the coins last night in maybe the freest bet we've had in a squad ride yet. How bad do you want to go 6-0? How bad do you want it? Let's fucking get after it. Here's the 5 plays that I want to put in. I think I have 6 down right now. We got to cut down to 5.
Okay.
Minnesota -9. Heat -2.5. Lakers +5.5. Islanders ML, Edmonton ML, and the over in Anaheim. That's 6 plays. We can only put 5 in the poll. What do you want to take out?
Probably take out the over in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, I didn't really, there's no like line reason to do that. It's kind of more of a gut feeling for me. So
okay.
Maybe take that one out. We'll roll with
I am
that.
so fucking jacked up for another fucking win tonight. I'm so juiced up.
Let's do it.
Let's attack the fucking board, ladies and gents. And let's go 6-0 on squad rides. Why not us? Why not us? All right? Joshy, fire that puppy up. We got Minnesota -9. We got the Heat -2.5. We got the Lakers +5.5. We got the motherfucking Islanders money line. And we've got the Edmonton Oilers money line. Book that shit. Put it in the poll. Go fucking vote. Bring your thinking caps. I'm going to be voting for the Heat. Jovan's probably going to be voting for the Heat. That's what I recommend. I recommend we stay off the ice tonight, is what I'll say. I tried to guide us yesterday a little bit. Jovan had a great point this morning when we were talking. I think we'd probably try to stay away from the ice tonight, but I'll leave it up to you guys. It's the squad ride. You guys choose, okay? I like the Heat. I want to take them. They're winning and covering tonight, okay? Jovan?
I'm for it. If I could give my 2 bets or my 2 votes to the Heat and T-Wolves, I would do it.
I'm so fucking fired up, dudes. 5-0 when nobody fucking believes. 5-0. Nobody fucking believes. And we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep fucking doing it. Come on. Come on, chat. Fire me up. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the fucking week. We got football on tomorrow. Come on. Let's get it. Get those damn votes in. Hella votes today. Hella votes today. That's heart.
That is.
This is the most votes I've seen since we've done it.
Yeah.
And the Heat are running away with it. And I'm fucking juiced up. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Let's fucking go. Come on, chats. Do you guys believe? Do you believe? I know Jovan believes.
Of course. Of course.
I know he believes. Do you guys believe? Do ya? Do ya? Come on. Funny ass story. This is the Ray Lewis speech, right? You're hip to that. I used to do that in his pregames.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little ball of energy growing up. I was probably the worst player on my baseball team. I was like the youngest kid. I didn't hit puberty until fucking pretty much early on in high school. And I was on a really good travel team. My dad was one of the coaches, whatever. I barely played. I sucked. But I was the hype man. And I would fucking do that speech before every game and get us all hyped up. And looking back on it, it was really fucking weird because we were like 10 years old and getting ready for a youth baseball game. But it was fucking electric. So shout out Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out Ray. People forget he killed 2 people, though. People do forget. So maybe we shouldn't be shouting him out.
People do sneakily forget that.
People do forget that he actually murdered people and got away with it. So maybe we shouldn't be shouting him out. But
yeah, maybe.
Electric dance. Ladies and gents, we have our squad ride. It's the Heat. Come on. The perfect pick. It describes the streak. It describes the squad ride. The Heat, just like the streak, are going to win tonight, and we're going to be 6-0 tomorrow on squad rides, and our wallets are going to be so fat, ladies and gents, we're not going to be able to close them. 6-0 yesterday, 5-0 on squad rides. Let's fucking heat up. Why not us? Why not us? Come on, motherfuckers. Come on. Let's go. We're bringing the energy today. We're hitting bets.
Let's do it.
We're hitting bets. Come on. Fucking Heat, man. Let's go. I'm all in on the Heat. This is the pick we wanted, Jovan.
It is.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Shit, give me some basketball shoes. Let me go get my hyper dunks.
Yeah, you can go lace up for them.
Let me go get my hyper dunks.
Go lock up Dame.
They need a Zebo. They need a Zebo comp.
They just might. Back up Bam.
Oh, man. Let's fucking go, chat. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm fired up today. All right? A lot of energy, a lot of focus, a little bit of Adderall, a little bit of coffee, and a lot of heart. All right? That's the recipe for success. Write that one down. All right? Book that shit. Come on. Fire me up, Lockmouth. Fire me up.
Let's go.
Come on. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Sure we can.
Sure
we can. This isn't true. Social Stream's a goat. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a goat. Give me a break. It's the glue. Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking bricked. Jovan, probably should have done this 2 minutes later. Now we got a minute or two. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah.
What do you got? Anything?
Go Heat. That's what I got. We're gonna need a Bam legacy game. We're gonna need a Tyler Hero legacy game. We're gonna need Jimmy to come out there fired up, putting the clamps on whoever he's gonna be guarding. He's gonna be guarding everybody, but
sure.
Let's do it.
Jimmy Butler is tweaking.
We need it. We absolutely need it.
Bro, everyone used to do those fucking stupid ass chants. You like sing in the fucking dugout. Everyone used to do that shit.
Yeah.
And yes, I would lead some for sure. I would. All right, ladies and gents. Did Study Hall Sharp hit his bets yesterday? Probably. He's sharp as shit.
Yeah,
and then he had to go work.
I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I think he was. So he definitely went undefeated. He usually is. Once an enemy, now turned a friend, kind of. I don't really know, but he's good at betting and he's kind of funny. So not going to discriminate based on age. He's able to bet and he's sharp. I wish I was that sharp at that age. I do. I give him props.
Yeah.
Can't let all that clout go to your head though. You can't. Always got to stay level-headed. All right. Unless we go 6-0 on squad rides, ladies and gents, then I'm gonna absolutely freak out tomorrow like a buffoon on stream. I'm gonna be so bricked up. My fucking desk is gonna be on the ceiling.
Rightfully so.
Ladies and gents, BTL episode 105. Thanks for fucking coming. Trent, take us home, my man. Let's fucking run it. Come on. Let's hit a parlay today.